here to support the culture of storytelling and to support my friend in her ventures to reestablish that as an aspect of our community.
Able to listen to other people's story and carry on their memory, I think that's the point of it. Yeah.
I'm here to have a good time and listen to some old-fashioned storytelling.
Cool. I just know these kids and what a wonderful storytelling event this is, and so it's always so powerful. This is my 3rd year here.
That I will be entertained in a touching and poignant way. That's usually how it works at storytelling events.
I'm excited to hear the stories of the disadvantaged youth in our community and to learn some empathy for their situation and to maybe better understand how I can become a positive influence in that aspect of our community. So, thanks.
Like everything. Telling the truth on a deeply personal level and being willing to share it with other people.
Weaving through your own individual stories and being able to connect them to a larger community, a larger place, a larger practice. I just think there's a lot of richness in storytelling.
Storytelling means a lot to me. I feel like without storytelling, we don't have any way to reframe what's going on in the world for ourselves and for our communities. And I think that this event is a really great thing that she's doing.
Storytelling it allows us to have a more intimate way of sharing our perspectives and what's important to us.
Storytelling means that words have power, and so that when we take our stories into our words and we frame them in a good way, a reflective way, it's like spell casting.
What brings me here is I'm gonna tell my story, how it is and everything. Hopefully everybody likes it.
Welcome to our 3rd annual Chico Tellabration.
My story is a lot about how the mixed culture and everything growing up, it's kind of rough for us and everything. A lot of people don't realize it. I grew up in a lot of my life in East Oakland, so being mixed, not white people don't accept you, black people don't accept you, Mexicans don't accept you. Once I came to Chico, after about a few months, someone referred me over to the 6th Street Drop-In, and I started utilizing them. They're an amazing place for anyone who's in need of help.
A funny thing I did. So last year at the Tellabration, as Celine was describing, I told the story of how I became homeless 3 weeks prior to getting on stage. And that seemed fitting considering the theme was a fish out of water. In other words, I was the fish and homelessness was the not so much water I was in anymore. But I would like to say that I am actually no longer homeless. I have my own apartment, so that's awesome. At that moment, I actually felt really powerful. Like I felt like I had a strength within me that not everyone has. There are people out there who live in a world where they don't get exactly what they deserve, and they just have bad things happen to them. And I realize, on a certain level, you could consider it even kind of a privilege to think to oneself that I deserved what I've gotten. Because I don't think everyone lives in a world in their mind where they feel like they've deserved what they have been given in the world.
That I would end there. That being that vulnerable with somebody and them seeing right through me was something I just couldn't commit to at the time. So I got back on that bus and I came back to California. So a couple of years ago, I did find Patson on Facebook. He's alive and well. He's married with 2 kids, and I'm very happy for him. But when people ask me where my heart is, I tell them, I'm in London still. I'm in London still. I'm in London. Now I want you guys to join me. Can we one time? Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm in London still. I'm in London still. I'm in London still. Thank you.
With the help of the drop-in, I got connected with some housing program who it's kind of like a low-income housing, which is it's like a blessing. It's helped me. It still helps me, and it's helped me and my dog. And routine changed. Bam. Now I have to pay rent. I still have to work. My routine has been like work and whatnot. But as living with my dog and learning and growing with him, I learned how to deal with death recently because he's passed away. And that was my whole routine for like 4 years. He was about to be 4 with my dog. So like, boom, when he passed away, I was like, oh, crap, what do I do now? Like, I don't have to leave. I don't have to like, I didn't have any obligations. Like, I don't need this house. I don't need this job. I don't need shit. I don't need people. I was like definitely broken. And man, it's still definitely hard. I've never known any sort of pain like that, and I've been through so much. And man, when he died, it was like the hardest thing ever for anybody. I don't know. Me and my dog we've come so far, and when he passed, all I kept telling him while he was passing, I was like, I'm not done with you yet. Like, we're not done making moves yet. But man, he was definitely gave me somebody to love when I was definitely all by myself. I definitely had somebody to love me when I was like all by myself. And man, I'm still growing and still moving, and you know, I'm doing it in the end for him. My dog has never like held me back in any way, but now with like dream catchers, I mean, I can go and be a freaking a deep sea diver, underwater welder. I can go and travel the world. You know, it costs a lot to pay for a dog to go, but you know, I would give all that up to have my dog, but in reality, I'm going places, and it's all going to be like for the better with my dog. For my dog, you know, it's going to be good. So that's where my heart is with my dog and with my routine, and my routine has changed, and so I'm just trying to see where I go from here. And thanks for hearing my story.
Something that a lot of the people I really respect in the storytelling world have talked a lot about is not just a storytelling, but a story exchange. And so allowing the audience to kind of share what they're thinking and what their experience has been of the stories that are shared. And some of you might feel comfortable turning to your neighbor and kind of sharing so far what has touched you. But others of you might want to write it down on your sticky note, and we have nice butcher paper over here. You can come and stick it up on the wall over there for the tellers to see and for anyone else to kind of look at and kind of see how sharing this space tonight has changed us.
I really like the story about the guy and his dog. I totally, it just broke my heart to know that he cares so much about his dog. And then his dog died. It was really sad. So yeah, it was just really, I see it in a different light. I work in affordable housing, but it's mostly paperwork, so it's really good for me to go out and see, what life is really like for real stories and from people. So yeah, it's great. Thank you.
Wow, awesome. Takeaways.
Okay, my takeaway is that I want to encourage my friends, and personally, I'm going to work harder to support Sixth Center, the street. Is that what it's called? What's it called?
Sixth Street Center?
Sixth Street Center, yeah, that one. And yeah, I have a couple ideas how I can do that. So I appreciate the inspiration and motivation.
It's a good reminder of how lucky I am as a white male. It really helps remind me to keep perspective that other people are not as privileged as I am, and that it's it's really great to try to help people when possible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think the most inspiring things for me tonight were just the connections that people were able to make through their different paths in life.
But I know it's, very scary for people to get up in front of an audience. And so just, hats off to everybody that's willing to do that and to tell their story. And I support the oral storytelling tradition.
I was really moved by the stories that happened for mine. I was like, that is going to be a tough act to follow. I don't even have mine fully memorized, dang it.
You did great, though.
Thank you.
You did do great.
A lot of people approach me and tell me they really like my story, and that's kind of how it was last time, and I appreciate them listening.
This has been such a great event, sold out 3 years in a row, and so unique, right? I mean, it's so unique. It's unique. It's special. It's fun. It's entertaining.
I thought that was gonna rip her up. Doing laundry all day Monday, looking at that pillar. I love Dad. Yeah? You love Dad? What about me? Well, 1995, I went back to Wisconsin for our last Christmas, and I went down into the basement when Mom was doing laundry, and I said, Mom, do you know the story behind that? And she's all, no, I just thought that was so sweet that someone wrote, I love Dad. So basically, that's where the heart is. That's where the heart is. Be creative. Find a way to get out your anger without hurting anybody.
I said, gladly. I said, I've had my heart broken many times, as I'm sure you have, as I'm sure all of us have. I said, what I have found in my life is that when you love someone, metaphorically, you give them your heart. And when they don't love you anymore, they give it back. And sometimes they give it back to you very nicely, politely, to your face. Here, I'm sorry. I have no use for this anymore. Take it back. Sometimes they do that, but most of the time I found they like to shove it up your ass when you're not looking. And that's why it hurts, because it's in your ass. And it doesn't belong there, you know? But it's your heart, like it knows where it's supposed to be. It just takes some time. And there's a time of pain, when it's crawls through your guts, makes it hard to eat, crawls through your lungs, it makes it hard to breathe, crawls through your brain, it makes it hard to sleep. But finally, it gets back right where it belongs and it nestles in there, You know what I mean, Manice? When it looks up at you, it's a beautiful moment. It looks up at you, it's happy to be back. You look down at it and you just say, welcome home, man. It's good to have you back. Let's clean you up for the next adventure. That's all I know about hearts. Out with this song here. This is a song about being a musician, but I hope it can translate to all of us out there trying to make a difference. Let's get one thing straight. Bob Dylan never played here. Joni Mitchell never sang here. Dr. King never preached here. This is a new stage. This is a new space. And even if they had, what would it matter anyway? 'Cause the ghosts of the past cannot bring us any luck. All that matters is tonight. All that matters is tonight. This is a new stage. This is a new scene. And if my generation's gonna have any impact at all, there's one thing that we need to believe. We need to believe that the stories that we tell can be better than the stories that were told by the legends of our past. night we are trying. Me and my friends, we are trying. All the time we are trying. Thanks for coming and watching us try.
And keep telling stories and keep listening. Have a great night.